Hi, this is the GIFTuber channel. I don't live stream, and I make video content about whatever I want to talk about. So, gaming, am I right? All jokes aside, and I mean a lot of jokes aside, it seems the general consensus on gaming right now is that live service games suck, we don't own anything, everything is digital, and $100 is not what we want to pay for games. In other words, everything sucks. Or does it? I've seen tons of negativity around gaming recently, and with some of the big bombshells that have happened, I can understand why. Consoles are going up in price as well as games, and many are wondering if gaming is going to go under. But if you might just give me a minute of your time and lend your ear to this totally real, totally tubular cartoon skeleton, I might see if I can convince you of something different. Something a bit more positive. With that said, I've got a theory. I promise I won't jump scare you with game theory. Sorry, I couldn't help it. So, what is this positive theory that I've been hyping up? So for me, I'm noticing a lot of games are going one of two ways pricing-wise. Some are climbing to reach that big $100 price tag, pricing themselves at either $70 or the price of a week's worth of Taco Bell. That's more the modern gaming camp. Your live service titles, your early access titles that don't specify that they're early access titles, but seem to be wanting to be, you know, real $60, $70 full price games. And Switch 2 games. Then you have your cozy $50, $60 range games, remakes like Oblivion and the upcoming Tony Hawk's 3 and 4, games like Mafia: The Old Country that are on the horizon, or games like Split Fiction or turn-based RPGs like French Persona, Claire Obscure, most of which have sold either pretty well or are slated to do pretty good numbers when they come out. Most of which have been praised by gamers for their quality as well as their affordable price tag. And while I'm no master gamer or anything, I did beat Doom Eternal on Ultraviolence once, and made a video on Silent Hill, link in the description, so I'd say I'm a pretty well-read skeleton boy. I think as the prices climb for the big AAA games, and the quality doesn't climb with the price tag, I kind of foresee a bit of a reverse on what companies are hoping will happen, where their expectations might be that gamers will just buy anything that's given and boast that only the true gamers will pay. But I think in reality, the player bases might dwindle and find other means to get their video game-induced dopamine fix. Namely, the $50, $60 titles, or even cheaper indie titles like what you might see on Steam. And maybe if Valve plays their cards right, more eyes will be on Steam for the more affordable titles. The wallet is the only way a company knows whether or not something is working or not. So if gamers move towards these cheaper titles and cut into the profits of these bigger budget expensive titles, maybe the industry will realize that maybe moving towards games under $70 might work out better. And maybe we'll see the prices circle back around to the times of the PS2, where the games are like $50 as a standard, or even they get Days of the 360 or the PS3 with games being $60. That's my hope anyways. Is it possible that things might get worse? Maybe. But I think the day that we stop hoping, I think is the day the industry dies. So, with that said, I think days will get a little bit brighter for gaming as things go on. Might get a little dark for a little bit, but I think there might be a bit of a resurgence. Who can say? And maybe our favorite game companies and developers will get back on track. That's my hope anyways. Or we're all living in a simulation where we're all cartoons and characters living in the brain of a guy in his 20s and everything isn't real. Or I'm on TV. In that case, hi Mom, I'm on TV! Now, I got a big list of people I want to thank as far as me getting here. So, I'll start off with... What? Isn't it possible that I could be on TV or living in some dude's head somewhere? Man, everyone's a critic. Even you guys that I found out in the middle of this void. Oh well. Alright guys, that's it for me. Subscribe if you want to stay tuned for what I got in the pipeline. I don't know when I'm going to post next, but if you like these sorts of videos, stick around. The door is always open at the Doom Room Bebop. Take care, guys.